This is Claire with Local Tasting Tours. Today we have crossed the harbour, and for very good reason. We're sitting at 2F by C, the wildly popular cafe and bake shop. And I'm here with the founder and owner, Zane Kelsall, and Roberta Barker, who is a theatre history professor at Dal. She also teaches at King's College, and she won Best Professor in the Coast's 2013 awards. So, we're sipping some of this beautiful coffee. We'll start with you, Zane. How much has this area changed since you opened?
It's changed really drastically. It took about a year to get open after we secured the location. So it's been about 5 years that we've been really close to the neighborhood, and I think that it's all the young families that have moved into the neighborhood and cheap housing, but that's created this awesome sense of community. So I live 2 blocks away from the cafe, and we love it.
That's great. We're in Anchored Coffee, which is the roastery next door to 2F by C. And when did you get this underway? So
BDC, the Business Development Commission, came to me and said, we're doing a contest. We think that you should enter it. It's for youth in business. If you have an idea on how you'd like to expand your business that we could classify as innovative, you should apply. And I did. Roasted coffee was always something that made sense from a vertical integration standpoint, but it also made sense from a passion standpoint for me. We made a video, we put it out to this contest, and we ended up winning.
The coffee that you sell at 2F by C, is that all your own roasted coffee?
No. I started TIBS to focus on quality coffee, and I think that if I was to only feature my own coffee all the time, that I'm patting myself on the back. So being where we are in the world, I think it's important to bring in coffee from everywhere I can, to feature roasters from anywhere from Portland, San Francisco. We've had a roaster from England in a couple times, just so that we can offer something unique and really good to our customers. But primarily we use Anchor.
So, Roberta, I just want to talk a bit about your project. You teach a number of different courses at both Dal and King's. I know that you also pursue research and some publishing.
Well, I think the different aspects of what I'm working on right now are quite entwined, actually, because in the theater department right now, I'm teaching 2 classes this term. I'm also teaching a class for a seminar for first-year students across the Faculty of Arts and Social Sciences at Dal, so that's really, really cool. That's on the performer in society.
And so that's students from all kinds of different programs.
Yeah, anyone who wants to take it who's in first year. It's kind of a pilot thing at Dal to help first-year students have more of an intimate experience. So they're small first-year seminars on particular topics. It's really fun. It's a really neat opportunity to meet students from all over the world and get to work kind of more one-on-one with them about getting used to university. But in the theater department, I'm teaching a class on stars and stardom on stage and screen. I'm also teaching a class on 19th century theater from melodrama to realism. And that hooks into they both hook into my research. So it's really neat to have the opportunity to kind of share my research with students and also have the students' enthusiasms and insights feeding into what I'm researching.
Right, and you were in Europe recently, is that right, doing some research?
I was, yeah. I'm sitting here looking at a really, really beautiful looking croissant, and it's reminding me of my weeks this past June in Paris. So that was really great, really fun being in the old 17th century Bibliothèque Nationale all day, and then coming home in the evening and seeing some great theater, eating some really great food. So it was awesome. So
yeah, let's sample some of these snacks and talk about the coffee that we're drinking.
So this is just a filter coffee. We feature a coffee every day. It's a Honduras that roasted by Anchor. It's grown by a guy named Efren Guadalupe Munez in the Acapella region of Honduras. And then as far as treats go, we have a prosciutto and provolone croissant and a chocolate chip cookie.
Classic. Yeah. We were talking about how I've tried most of your croissants, but actually never the butter, just because all the other flavors are always so enticing. Okay, so let's have a sample. I want to get a sound clip of the flaky flakiness.
That weight of that croissant is beautiful. You can tell that's pure butter.
Mmm. And these cookies, it's still sort of soft in the middle. It's like it's just come out of the oven.
Yeah, we make them fresh every day, so they're unbelievably good out of the oven. We tweet every day when they come out of the oven. We call them freshies. So a tweet that just says "freshie," that means the cookies have just come out of the oven.
Good to know.
Another coffee I ordered for us just showed up. It's called the Macchiato Special. So what that is we start you with a single espresso and then follow you with a single macchiato. We kind of joked around about doing it when we were first opening because it's kind of like the barista secret handshake. Like if you go into a really quality focused cafe, say you're in Montreal or something, and you're like, I'll have a single espresso followed by a single macchiato. It's kind of step up, So we thought it'd be fun to put it on our menu as one drink.
It was more than awesome.
The point of that is to have the espresso really coat your palate, and then the awesome sugars and fats that are in the milk then react with the acidity of the coffee that's already on your palate to create an olfactory reaction. We're the only shop in Canada that I know that you can come in and order like just basically deconstructed macchiato.
That's so great. Roberta, I think that should be yours.
So excited to find out about this secret.
Now you can be cool in cafes all over the world.
This is my plan.
Yeah. Our espresso is like a true medium, so it's not dark roasted at all, but it is a little darker than our filter to try and like neutralize some of the acidity that's in the coffee, because espresso is like a magnifying glass for acidity. So if you don't roast it a little bit darker, the shots are unbelievably sour.
I often drink macchiatos, and I see exactly what you mean about having had the espresso first. Just kind of, yeah, it does, and kind of magnifies the caramelly flavors, and really delicious.
And you also, I find you sort of appreciate the milk more because you've had this like totally straight up, and then you get the creaminess of the milk. Yeah. Oh yeah, before I move on to our final questions, I just want to point out your I Heart Dartmouth slogan campaign, because you guys started that, yes?
Yes, we did. We expected to open our doors and have no one come. Like, for the first year, we thought it would be a really hard slog. Thought the community would come around us, but we didn't expect it the first day we opened. After week one, we were looking at how everything had gone, and it was actually my wife went out and wrote I Heart Dartmouth on our chalkboard sign just to say, wow, this has been awesome. Like, people were bringing us flowers and cards.
Kind of like, thank you, Dartmouth.
Yeah, then got like a stamp made that had I Heart Dartmouth on it.
Which goes in all your bags now, right?
Yeah, and then we're like, we need to put this on a t-shirt. And I think we've sold 5,000 I Heart Dartmouth shirts.
Oh my gosh. It's like your second business.
Yeah, we can't keep them in stock.
Okay, guys. Well, we'll wrap up by asking our two usual questions. Do you have a treasured childhood food memory that you'd like to share with us? Roberta?
Well, if my mom hears this, she's going to kill me, because my mom is a really gourmet, absolutely fabulous. So throughout my whole childhood, I can remember amazing food, amazing baking. She would really be loving this food today. However, my most treasured food memory from my childhood is what we used to call goulash, although having since had goulash in Hungary, etc., it didn't really have very much to do with goulash. It was basically Kraft dinner, ground beef, and a can of tomato soup sort of stirred together. And when I think of my childhood, I think of goulash nights, you know?
I did not grow up with gourmet parents, but I'd say my favorite childhood memory are those the nights that we got to have breakfast for dinner. It was pretty awesome to come home, and my dad would make crepes, and then we just sprinkled powdered sugar and rolled them up, and that's what we had for dinner, probably once or twice a month. So...
And what about a favorite local business?
Well, there's so many of them. I would want to mention the Ko-Doraku sushi in Spring Garden, where they have such awesome lunch specials, and particularly the Ko-Doraku roll. I'm a big fan.
And Zane, what about you? A local business?
My favorite restaurant in town is definitely Brooklyn Warehouse. The owner's a good friend, or has become a good friend since I go there so often. But especially since having a kid a year ago, that's, if we have a babysitter, that's where we're going. They're just an amazing restaurant. They're young chef, young owner, and yeah.
Great. Yeah, those guys are great. So Zane, 2F by C, are you open? You're open every day of the week, right?
Yeah, 7 to 6 during the weekdays, and then 8 to 5 on the weekends.
And Roberta, in terms of getting in touch with you?
Yeah, sure. You can find my email and phone number and etc. on theatre.dal.ca. And if you check that out, you can also see the details of our theatre season and all sorts of cool activities that are going on in Theatre at Dal.
Wonderful. Well, I want to thank you both so much for being here today, and so excited to come over to Dartmouth. So this is Claire with Local Tasting Tours. Take a tour, take a bite out of Halifax.